Okay. Hi, I Desire Lashes. I have an Instagram page, and I also have started a website. I sell mink lashes in like all different types of lengths and styles, and I mainly cater to women. For people who's doing like makeup or like just the everyday type of style.
But
And
yeah, we have a couple different styles here that we can, showcase. We use this bag. That's where we put everything in. A couple styles that we do have of the mink. This one is called Flare, and every pair of our lashes that we do sell, we also give like the smoothie. Since mink lashes are curly, we provide this so you're able to comb through it and stuff and do everything just like that. A couple other styles that we do have here with us to show you guys. We just have a lot of different styles for people to choose from because some people like nothing that's too dramatic. So it kind of goes from like basic to dramatic, just depending on your style. And they all have different names for them. So we have Flare, we have Flutter, we have Daydream. We have so many that you can choose from. So it's like a wide variety of what people just based on what you like and your preference.
and then we have this bag that we had designed. And we was gonna add logos on there, but like since we're just starting, we're not. And I also have a logo. I don't know if you guys
Because
seen it.
we do the casing, we kind of do it like based off of the same style.
So I didn't know what else do we need to say.
Can you tell us about your business?
It's a mink lash business. So basically, we just sell lashes to like women across everywhere. We're trying to get it out like across the world because that's what we're trying to do, showcase with the website and stuff like that.
Mhm.
We also do social media because we know that we can kind of reach a lot of different audiences through social media. So that's kind of how we're doing it now, like mainly like via Instagram or via Facebook.
So, Destiny, tell us a little bit about your competitive advantage. What do you do better than anybody else? Why should I choose your lashes, not your competition's?
So see, that's the problem that we're having with our business is because so many people just started doing lashes. Because more people are like for our lashes, I think it's better to choose us because you could take these off, reuse them, and
You're able to wash
wash them.
them and like let them dry, so it's very reusable. Not all lashes like that, they can mess up like due to it being in water.
Hmm.
And since it's mink, it's like 100% mink. That's way better than any normal one because sometimes like going through other companies getting lashes and stuff, they make it using different products, so water can affect the lash.
And then most people are doing like the eyelash extensions, which is more costly. Ours is more affordable because we're selling them like $5 per lash. So instead of spending like $100 or $200 every 2 weeks to like get your lashes redone, you can get some reusable lashes that you can last a month or two and just like keep changing them out that way with different styles that you want instead of being able to just stick with one style when you pay all that money just to get eyelash extensions.
So, just a comment. So, when you tell me affordable, sometimes people correlate an inferior product when you start talking about a cheaper price. So, just be careful with that.
Okay.
Two, what about the barriers? So, someone like myself, you say mink. So, I'm concerned about the animal that you're taking these eyelashes from. Have you found that there's some resistance because of that?
No, because the ones we have are human made from like they're human made. They're not made from an animal. With
So,
the
so it
vendor
is
we work.
synthetic.
No, they're just human lashes.
Okay, so they're someone's lashes?
I'm not sure how they make
Exactly, they're
like they
made,
made, but it's human made. Like they said that it's used from human hair.
So are they made from a human, or are they made from some sort of synthetic material that we're calling mink? I'm not exactly 100% sure I understand.
As for that, we would have to, find more information into that. But they said that it was not made from animals. They're saying that it's 100% human mink lashes. So I'm not too sure of that. Besides, like us acting the vendors themselves.
So if it isn't mink, I would try choosing to call it something other than mink, because when you get somebody like myself, which is I, I'm an animal rights activist, right? And so I would be very fearful of that, because you're calling it a mink, a cute little animal, right? And so if it's a synthetic material, I would think that you could market that idea a little more easily, especially to someone like me. Uh,
How
Was
long
there
have you
any questions?
how long have you been in business, and what's your sales versus your profit margin?
I just started last year around November, and I only sold about like 10 lashes right now. And that's just from like friends and like some people at high school.
And what kind of profit margin are you making on?
They're $5 a lash.
That's your cost or your price?
My cost. Well, the price of the lashes.
How much are you selling them for?
$5.
Okay, so that's your price. How much did it cost you to get them?
Per lash it was like $3, and then I've spent like $2 on the case and like $1 on the bag. Well, not even $1. I think it was 50 cents on this bag.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear. How much did you say it cost you to get them?
For the total, probably like $4 and some change.
And you're selling them for $5, and does that include shipping, or do you not ship?
No, that does not include shipping when I ship them.
Are you shipping?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so if you factor in, it's already costing you $4 and some change, and then you have to add in shipping costs, which are not cheap these days, and you're selling them for $5. Are you making any money?
Not as much, but right now I'm just trying to sell as much as I can just to get my name out there, and then I will like increase the price after that.
so Destiny, there are a couple questions in the chat. Um, Natalie wants to know, since you sell lashes, what were your biggest struggles when you began?
Definitely getting my brand out there for people to want to buy, like to know who I am to buy the lashes. Because you can't sell it to anybody who doesn't know who you are.
What are you doing to promote your business?
We're posting on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, like the major social medias that's everybody's on right now. Let Go, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook pages, makeup pages.
Are you familiar with a business plan, and do you have one?
No, I'm familiar with a business plan, but I do not have one.
Okay, that would be step one. You need a business plan, because right now you're selling a product, it sounds like, for less than it's costing you to acquire it, to package it, and to ship it. So you're losing money. And that's not a good thing. yeah, I understand you want to get your name out there. However, you also don't want to give away stuff, because if you're giving away stuff, you're not, you're now a nonprofit. And actually you're not nonprofit because you're losing money. But so you need to sit down and kind of plan this out a little bit more.
Okay.
And because, you know, when you put thought into stuff, you realize just how much it costs, because you hadn't even factored in their cost of your time. And you always want to
Yes.
factor in the cost of your time and your efforts.
Yes.
So do you have, maybe there are a lot of places around. We have classes here. The Small Business Center here at FTCC can help you with that business plan as well. But we
Okay.
need to get some stuff in writing, because once you get stuff down on paper, you've had to think through a little bit clearer. Because I really think that you need to look at your costs, because your costs are exceeding how much you're actually getting for it. I don't want to see anybody lose money. That's not a good thing.
Yes. Okay.
And Destiny, I know that you were in my Entrepreneurship 1 class. So when you register for Business 245, which is Entrepreneurship 2, the crust of that class is a business plan. So we'll definitely get some help with that. I know that you're in the Entrepreneurship Marketing class, and I kind of looked at the first section of your marketing plan, which is, I want you to go back and just take a peek at that and give me a call back, okay? And
Okay.
so I do suggest a business plan and a marketing plan. Without a plan, plan to fail. So we'll definitely be working on that. But we also have, like Dean Burns mentioned, just kind of piggyback on the Small Business Center. There's a plethora of resources there as well.
Okay. Thank you.
And Athena just pointed out that if you do a search online, you're going to find most eyelashes are selling between $8 and $10 and $12 a pair. So,
Well, those were my prices at first, and then when I wasn't making any money off of it, that's why I was like, okay, well, let me drop the prices and see if that could bring in more customers, and then increase the price later.
sure, you will, because you're going to always look for something. You're always going to have people who look for a bargain, who want basically something for nothing.
Yeah.
But you're also still got to pay your expenses. So I think your price, I think when you decided that since you're entering the market, you need to drop your price, I think you went a little bit too far.
Yes, I did.
Because if everybody else is selling them for, say, $12 and you're selling them for $5, I have to also wonder what's wrong with yours.
Right.
So my suggestion, sounds like you've just really gotten off the ground here, and you're
Yes.
really getting started. So a lot of times we have people who come to 1 Million Cups who have been in business for a while, and we're trying to help them move to the next level. Sounds like we need to help you more as a beginner. So the audience here, if you will help us, let's help them from a standpoint of they're a startup, a brand new company, and let's give them some ideas and some suggestions and questions that we could help for a brand new company. That might be a little bit easier for you guys.
I have a question before we get started, Dean Burns. Destiny, you mentioned a vending machine. Have you used that? Were you successful with that? Or how receptive was your target market to that?
So with that, so what I didn't want to do is buy a vending machine and have nowhere to put it. So the first thing I was trying to do was find a location. And at the time, I reached out at like 4 different malls that's like within the area, and they all were saying that somebody was doing the same idea I came up with. So I guess I like started with it late, so I just never like used the idea.
And so how does your lashes, how do they differ from the lashes that you would find at just say Ulta?
These ones, they're more unique because they're different. Like you're not gonna get the same lash every time you buy it. Like it's gonna be similar in style, but it's never the same. So I feel like that's a uniqueness that we have that would draw people in, because you'll still get the same style and it'll still last longer, but it'll still have its like own, like its own personality, so to say.
Okay, I'm going to ask a couple of things here. Number one is, hold on a second. I got to close my door because I'm getting feedback from the other offices. Thank you. One of the questions I wanted to ask, I'm going to follow up with what Lori was saying, and that is that I'm a little concerned about this mink thing, and you guys need to know what you're selling. So you need to research that a little bit. And then you need to research it beyond just determining what the material is, but also what advantages it brings or how it compares with the rest of the market. So you need to get to know your product extremely well, and you need to know what the competition is doing out there as well and how they're pricing it. You might have something that's better than what they've got, but you're not advertising, you're not promoting it properly because you don't know what you have. If it is a lesser degree, maybe you need to find another supplier to give you a distinctive advantage. I'm not saying that your business, your margin's horrible. I got to agree with Dean Burns. This isn't even a hobby because you're losing money. I think that you need at least a 3 times markup on your product, plus adding shipping charges. Just to even have a go at this thing. I think the other thing too, I got to tell you is it's a small thing, but it just kind of blows me away. Is why the bag?
Personally, I was doing the bag just like to have like a different style, have something different that everybody else might not have. And then I was getting the bag for like people that's here. Like if somebody local wanted to get it, something just to give them to, not just to like hand them a pair of lashes.
Well, that part I understand as far as a local thing, but you're an online business. So this local stuff is, that's trivial compared to what it is you're trying to accomplish. The bag takes up a lot more space, which means you're going to need bigger boxes, which it's clumsy. Amazingly, I order a lot of things online. I know at my age, that's really hard to believe, but I do get a lot of things online. And some of them are very well professionally packaged, but other stuff is just thrown into a box and sent to me. You can almost get away with that if you got the right product. So I don't know. You can get a little too fancy on this. But I think you need to look at your whole pricing center. But I think more importantly, you need to look at that product and find out what it is that you have and why is it better than what's already out there. If you can't answer that question, you really don't have a product, because there's only two ways to compete. Either you're the lowest price, which I got to tell you, you are now, but you're not making any money. Walmart makes money and they can be the lowest price. You're not doing it because you don't have the volume to do it. The second aspect of this is that you need to differentiate. You need to do something that's not already out there, because if it's already out there, why do we need you?
Okay.
So might keep those two things in mind.
Somebody's been asking about your product in terms of allergies. Is it hypoallergenic? And if not, or if it is something that you could emphasize?
With the vendor that we went to, they told us that was all human made and hyperallergenic too.
So is this a product that you designed, or is this a product that you found and you are selling to others?
Yes, a product that I found and I'm selling to others.
So where do you want to go with this business? Where do you see it going?
Well, right now I'm just I was just doing it to see where it would go. And then if it took off, then I was just gonna be like, okay, that's what I would do. But if not, then I was just gonna try doing another side business.
Somebody's also been asking about, do you also have the kit to help apply it, attach it, and remove it?
No, I do not. Usually the clients that were purchasing, they already have the eyelash glue that you can get from the store for like $1 or $2. And then like removing it wise, I just use like baby oil. Like everybody has their own preference of how they want to remove it. Most of the people that we sell lashes to are like it's just like a trend everybody does. They know how to remove it and add it.
So do you have like a tutorial for somebody that isn't that maybe a person that is new to eyelashes and the installation and the removal of eyelashes? Do you have like a tutorial, a video, or something that would assist them?
No, but I know I could make one, and probably that would help me on social media too, adding something like that.
So are you on TikTok? Maybe TikTok would be a great place.
Yeah. Right now, I don't have like the actual videos. It's more of just like pictures right now. So I guess like, well, I'm mainly on Instagram. So we have pictures of like other females wearing lashes and stuff. But I guess like incorporating how to take them on and put them off. I mean, take them on and put them on will help.
Good morning, Miss
Okay.
Destiny.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
I have a question. How long have you been doing this?
Since November.
Since November? How long have you yourself been using lashes?
Probably like 5 years.
5 years? What's one of the biggest problems you've seen with lashes? Just you using, what's one of the biggest problems you've seen?
Usually it's like, yeah, the application process is usually like the worst part until you get used to it. And then like being able to take it off correctly, because you want to be able to reuse them and get your money's worth. So I guess like that would be like the main thing, trying to apply them and then also taking them off correctly so you're able to reuse them.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is along the lines of what Mr. Ken and everyone else is saying. You need to find your niche. If that's going to be your angle, then focus on that angle. I would suggest focusing on a common problem, a problem that, you know, everyone who uses lashes, they may fail to do. If you find that one niche and promote that or push that, then the product, I mean, you know, you can push it. Now, I will tell you that, you know, I've been in a number of different classes where a lot of the students, lashes are it. I have a young lady now doing lashes out of her apartment, you know, and she's making a ton of money doing it. The deal is you have to find that place. You have to find, you know, a way of reaching individuals, you know, that's different. You know, I mean, if it's a problem that you see, address that, focus on that, hey, and introduce the product as well. I think that would help you from a foundational stance. Focus on a specific problem that you see that's common, you know, in doing this. Now, you know, most people sell lashes and they do other things on the side as well. You know, if you're going to focus on lashes, then you have to find, you know, that target. You have to find that area. You know?
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Destiny. Hey, great idea. I can definitely tell how passionate you are. Follow up on what Dr. Fair was saying just now. You know, I think you're using someone else's lashes, or is that how you're doing it now? You're not creating your own lashes.
No, sir.
Do you, and with what he was saying, do you have plans to do that? To create your own product, your own lashes to a specific target market?
Personally, I'm not into actually creating them because it does like take a lot to do that. So that's why I was just finding a company that is selling something that's similar to what I will wear or people are wanting to wear and doing it that way.
Okay, all right. But you still got to find that niche market. What makes you better than any of the other competitors? Like he was saying that there's someone making a lot of money, you know, already selling lashes. You know, what would make you different from that person? And that's what you've got to center on to be successful.
Thanks. You.
With you being a startup, are you aware that selling online, you have different taxes that you have to pay depending on where you're releasing the item to your customer?
No, I'm not aware of that. I know I'm gonna have to pay taxes, but I guess I wasn't taking that into account when I first started.
And also, to build onto that, whenever you get started, you're supposed, have you registered your business name or anything, even if it's a DBA or LLC, whatever you're wanting?
No, I just started that like last month, so that's like what I'm still working on, coming up with an LLC.
Because you'll want to get that so you can get your EIN, and once you get your EIN, you can apply for like your separate bank account to keep track of your expenses better. It'll also help you be able to have the funds set aside to pay those taxes. But definitely learn about taxes. There's several webinars coming up from the Department of Revenue. And if you have very detailed questions, you can set up an appointment here at the Fayetteville office.
Okay, thank you.
I have something else. Destiny, do you have a mentor, someone that you're working with closely to help establish, or just kind of, understand business, the business side of things?
No, I don't.
Okay, we're really going to need to work on that aspect. You really need someone that can work closely with you. And I mean, I understand you're a startup. If you ask, I'm sure there's someone that would, stand by you or really kind of walk you through the process or give you information, on startups, and here's the deal, statistics don't waver. When they say 50% of the business that start up fail, most times it's because they don't have a plan going into it. Most times it's because they just really don't think about all the things that you're hearing on, this webinar. So I would strongly suggest, pairing with someone who's either been down this road and know what they're doing, or someone who can give you more guidance about the business aspect so that you have more opportunity of sustaining. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
And
but you gotta ask now. You gotta ask. You don't suffer in silence. You gotta ask. You gotta ask.
And along that lines, our small business center here on the college campus has free business counseling. So you can just contact them to make an appointment and you can sit down and talk with some counselors.
And I just got the link in the chat for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people are not aware of all the capabilities and resources of our small business centers. Pretty much just about every campus, community college in North Carolina has one. But you have business counseling, you have all kinds of resources. There's all kinds of webinars. We often will publish those dates and times and those things on our Facebook site for Web Money Cups, as well as I'm sure Athena has been posting them on their small business site. But they're free. They're absolutely free. All you have to do is sign up, which is extremely easy, log in, and that information is there at your fingertips.
Thank you.
We want to help you prevent some expensive mistakes.
Yes, I'm learning now.
Especially when that tax man comes knocking on your door.
Yes.
Destiny, I just kind of want to piggyback on what others are saying about finding your niche, knowing your product, and your competitive advantage. But I'm more concerned also about your pricing. Your price is not competitive. It's way too low. So I would definitely consider looking at that. You have to be able to cover your expenses, or else you won't be sustainable. Your business will be in that 50% that you don't want to be in. So I would definitely explore that as well. But definitely, you have to know your product. You're marketing them as mink, but yet you're telling us that it's made by human. Is it made by human with mink, or is this some sort of synthetic material? I would want to know, is it damaging to your natural lashes once you remove those? I think a tutorial along with your product would be advantageous, especially for someone that is new to the lash market. But as Dr. Fair mentioned, there are lashes, people doing lashes in their homes, at nail salons. And I was standing in Ulta in line at Christmas, and I saw 2 or 3 people purchasing lashes. Me, myself, I wouldn't know how to put them on if I had them. So I think that you could set yourself apart with a tutorial, especially for people that aren't accustomed to wearing lashes.
Okay, thank you. I will.
So we've got a couple questions in the chat. Have you ever looked at selling on Etsy?
No, I haven't. I didn't even know people sold lashes on Etsy, but I'm definitely gonna have to look into that.
We also have another comment from Michelle. She says that she's located in a location where ladies are selling lashes for $10. So she really thinks she can raise the price to $10 and
Yes.
still be competitive.
Okay.
You know, one of the things that I did in business and what I've learned as a teacher is that, let's start with the teaching aspect of this thing, is that when students are having troubles competing, the first thing they do is cut price. And I think that's probably the biggest mistake you can make. When I was in business, I always had the premium price product, and my job was to make sure that I hyped it enough, honestly. So I need to know if this is mink or not. To hype it enough, you know, or to show the differentiation, show the needs at my target audience, to make sure that I understood their needs and that I was addressing those better than anybody else, and I can charge a higher price. I think you should avoid this idea of being the lowest price and start thinking about what value do you bring with the product that you have. And I think that's really important. I never want to sell the lowest price thing. That doesn't take real talent. It just takes a real good schmooze. But to sell the highest price thing, that takes real knowledge, real understanding of who it is you're selling to and what their needs are, and are you fulfilling them better than others. So might want to keep that in mind because the profit margins are quite a bit bigger.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Natalie wants to know if someone is allergic to most makeup or they break out from certain things that go on their face, would you be able to market your lashes as being hypoallergenic?
I mean, yes, I would, because my skin is very sensitive, especially like my eyes, and I have no problems with using it. So I know it wouldn't cause it for anybody else too.
Well, hey, there it is. I mean, if your skin is sensitive and you found a way to, get these things on and off without, irritating your skin, I mean, why not do a tutorial on exactly what you do, to keep, from having a flare up or something. I think that would be, a place to go. I mean, I think that would be a good start, and when it comes to social media, now I will tell you, if you go out and Google, social media is full of tutorials and people who've done this, but there are a lot of moving pieces, and you have to figure out which pieces are going to put you where you need to be. If you're fighting for attention in business, then you're going to lower your prices exactly the way you did. What you need to do is invest time into understanding and knowing your product so that you can push that instead. And even with the pricing issue that you have, you can raise it a little bit at least just to stay in the game. But if you're gonna really get ahead of the game, you got to work that piece out. You got to figure out how, and who, in order to just sustain, I think.
Okay, yes, you're right. Thank you.
So Latoya wants to know, have you ever thought about a pack where you sell the glue and the glue remover as a kit?
I did think about it when I first started, but since I was trying to still keep the cost low, that's why I didn't do it.
You could have kits, some that have a kit that comes with it, or some that just comes eyelashes. Because you're right, there are a lot of women that I know that use eyelashes have done it for years, so they would have their own techniques and stuff. But then there are some who've never done it or never tried it that might, but they need to know how to do it, and they need the proper things to take it on and off, and they don't want to have to, go read this and then go find at a store the glue that puts it on and go somewhere else and get what takes it off. So I wouldn't do it for every product, but I would have some that were available that you could. And again, with what Lori's been saying over and over with the instructions, because not every woman automatically knows how to put them on. If you remember the first pair you ever put on, you probably weren't as good as you are now. So that would be another way to maybe be different in the marketplace that everybody also keeps talking about, at finding that advantage that you have that other people don't have. And that would be helpful. That would set you apart, that you could have something for people who are new to the eyelash world.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I will.
Because Destiny, you've heard the old adage, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Imagine what a video would be worth. Right?
Yes.
So Liz mentioned that you mentioned cleaning the lashes. So most lashes, from what I'm gathering, is you don't clean. You throw them away and get another pair. Is that how they work?
With mine, you can throw them away and get another pair, but since they're reusable, it's they have different like makeup applications that you can actually just rub on, and the glue would just like come right off. You can just reuse it.
Right, but your competition, your competitors, are their lashes reusable as well, or do you just get a new pair?
See, with other competitors, because like these are more thicker, like you can get more wears out of them. Some of them are more thin, so when you put them on and take them off, like some of the lashes may fall off, so you will want to just get another pair. But with ours, since it's more hairs on the like lash band, you can reuse them and everything will still be fine.
And that's another marketable aspect, by the way. But have you thought about, Liz wants to know, have you thought about including a cleaning solution or a guide card in your kit?
No, I haven't thought about that.
So let's talk about your target market for a moment. We know obviously that you've mentioned a couple of times that the biggest users of these products are women. I'm not exactly sure how many men in the world use it, but we know that there are quite a few women who do. So other than women as a whole group, have you narrowed it down even more of who you could go after in your market?
Yes, my sister is in high school, and since she wears it to school, we've been reaching a lot of high schoolers and middle schoolers that are now wearing lashes. So now I'm making more, like I'm selling more, especially with the price for $5. Kids already are cheap, so having it for $5, they have been buying it a lot more.
So if you're going after kids or teens, excuse me, I should call kids teens, I would think that would definitely be the audience that really doesn't know how to put them on and take them off, and that really could probably use those supplies to help them take it on and put them on and take them off, because probably some of them have never worn them before.
Yes.
The other way you can do that, we mentioned about kind of doing that, selling that together. Another way you can also market this is to create some of your own little home videos, the ones that you can stick on YouTube or whatever, that talk about how great it is lashes. Look at what I can do. Look at all the different styles and da 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 da. And that can be a way to attract them to, hey, if you want to look at some lashes, come to me. I have an assortment. So it can be also a marketing tool for you, in the fact that you put that video out. Somebody wants to know about eyelashes. They go watch the video and, oh, they have some for sale. Let me go and look, see what she's got.
Okay.
And you can also put the video on your webpage.
Okay, yes.
And you were talking about it being hypoallergenic. I would find out more information about your product, like from the source, whoever's making it, before saying that it is hypoallergenic. It might be something that it's not bothering you, but it could bother somebody else. So there's
Okay.
different types of things that people would look for, different kinds of allergies. So really knowing that product and like say, if you're using a special glue to put it on,
Mhm.
that could be making the difference for you. So you would want to say, okay, it's hyperallergenic with this setup, but it's not hypoallergenic with this other setup. And
Okay.
then you would also want to know what ingredients is in that glue if you really wanted to focus the hypoallergenic and allergy area. Because I'm one of the people that has a lot of really crazy allergies that most people don't hear about. So I always steer clear of things unless I can read an ingredient list.
Okay. Thank you.
I also think for your ideal market, you're saying, you know, teenagers. I would definitely look at TikTok. I really would look at TikTok.
Okay.
Do we have any other questions or comments for Destiny?
I've got a quick question. Destiny, why did you choose lashes?
Oh, I chose it because I like that's something I was comfortable with because I've been wearing it for so long. I was like, why not sell it?
I appreciate your entrepreneurial spirit. You're, as you can see, probably by the suggestions in this group, very knowledgeable group, that there's a lot more to it than you thought. I would start with the small business center over there
Okay.
at FTCC, because you can take, there's no way you're going to remember. Your head is probably spinning right now with all the things that you've learned, but don't let that deter you. When you go over to the small business center, they will put this all in order for you, and then you can just drive it. You figure out, see, you can't put a lot of effort into it now if you don't know what your costs are and how much you're making. Once you find that out, your target market, you've got the ideas about the videos, you can do unboxings, you can find your friends online that are influencers and get them to use them, and you know, you'll get business if you just keep driving it. But you shouldn't keep driving it if you're not going to make money out of it. That's the end part of it. You can't service anybody, but they'll help you put all this into perspective, and then you'll have a plan, and then you can just drive it. And I think you'll do well.
Thank you.
Yep.
So Destiny, you said you chose this. You just said this to Dawn, that you chose this because you like to wear lashes. It's something you're interested in. So if you're a shopper, what do you go looking for when you're looking at lashes? What makes you want to buy a certain brand or a certain style or whatever? What is it you look for?
I look for the style and just the quality of the lash.
And I would say, now take that information and incorporate that in your business. That this is what you as a shopper look for, and you help that shape your business of what you want to offer and what you want to sell. So if you're only interested in certain quality eyelashes, then don't get roped into selling somebody's product that's really cheap and falls apart or looks bad. You know, if you like certain styles, then look for widening your style choices as opposed to, you know, going after certain other segments of the market. So think about it from your standpoint as a consumer. What do you like? And the people who are buying from you, go back and talk to them and say, what did you like about this product? What would you like to see? And would it help you if you had like the kits or the video or whatever, and talk to your customers? That is such important, valuable tool that you could use is go back and talk to people who bought it. What do they like? What do they not like? What do they wish they got? That kind of thing. You just cannot substitute that knowledge of talking to your customers. But also think about it from your standpoint, because you were a customer for a while.
Mhm. That is true.
That is the best piece of advice I can give you in terms of that is listen and talk to them. If they say, well, I didn't like, don't try to make excuses for your vendor or whoever. Take it, absorb it, and say, okay, they didn't like that. How could I improve that or make that better?
Okay.
The last thing you
Yes.
ever
Thank
want to
you.
do is
Makes
get
sense.
defensive. You don't want to get defensive with your customers. Look at it as a learning opportunity. Some of the stuff you can
Mhm.
incorporate, some of you may not be able to, because they might say, well, I'd like to have a rainbow colored one with animal prints coming off of the lashes. And you might go, no. So you may not use every piece of advice ever given to you from customers, but listen to them and listen to yourself, because you were one of those customers too.
Yes. Thank you.
So Destiny, we're almost out of time. There are some suggestions in the chat. We would like to provide you that information, but I'm going to take the last question. What can this community do for you? How can we help you?
Well, you helped me a lot now because I did not take into consideration a lot of the questions I was asked. So I'm definitely going to use that advice now to help my business and try to like start it up correctly.
Fantastic. Well, we would love to invite you back. Again, please reach out. I'd be delighted to help. As you know, my office door is always open. I know that you're just getting started in the entrepreneurship program.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to reading more about your marketing plan, but we do have some really valuable resources right here on campus with the Small Business Center. I would be delighted to provide you with that information if you need it. I think Athena has provided it in our chat. We would love to invite you back in the future to let us know how things are going and how you implemented some of the suggestions that you were given today. So it's been a pleasure. You guys, I want to thank our audience for coming out, supporting small business in our area. We'd like to have you back next week. We have a great presenter on tap. We have Deborah with the bicycle oven that's going to come and tell us a little bit about her business next Wednesday. So we hope to see you then. You guys make it a great day. I understand we've got some great weather coming our way. So take some time to enjoy that. And we'll see you next week.